Morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got today our next section, multiplying and dividing rational expressions. Now, I will admit, these next few sections are a little bit tough, so kind of stay with. Feel free to ask questions as you watch these videos, all right? Because there's a lot going on, and it requires you guys to factor a lot, so that's the tricky part. All right, here we go. Daily question is 6x cubed over 21x to the fifth. All right, so 21x to the fifth. What I can do is, what number can go into 6 and 21? 3. So I got 2 on top, 7 down low. And then x to the third, take your top minus your bottom. Basically, I'm taking 3 away from up top, 3 away from on the bottom. I have x squared left in the bottom. Cool. That's all we're doing, okay? Meanwhile, over here, I have 4xy cubed plus 16x cubed y squared all over 8x to the fourth y. So you're looking for a GCF, you can take a 4 out from up top, actually a 4xy squared from up top, okay, y plus 4x squared, and down low I got 8x to the fourth y. Well, the 4 can get canceled out with the 8 to bring it down to a 2. The x can cancel out, take 1 away from down low, take away 1y from the bottom, 1y up top. So I'm left with 1y up top, y plus 4x squared divided by 2x to the third. Okay? So this little trick, we're going to be doing a lot of that where you're canceling things out on top and on bottom. This last one, 8x minus 4, the quantity x minus 4, the quantity x plus 1 up top, 4y, the quantity x plus 1. What happens to the x plus 1s? They cancel out. And then 8 over 4 can reduce down to 2 over 1. So 2 x minus 4 over y. Alright? And I'm happy with you guys leaving your answers like this, which you'll see as we go on. So, what are we doing today? Today we are doing steps to simplifying rational expressions. Okay? We are going to look to factor where possible. So like whether that's GCF, whether that's trinomials, difference of squares, cubes, okay? And then you look to cancel out like terms. So it's all about looking to cancel out like terms. We're trying to reduce things down. Now here's the neat thing about all of this. You're going to see some really ugly problems, okay? And as you do this, when you get to your final answer, you're going to see that they end up actually looking pretty nice. I'm trying to zoom in here a little bit so you can see a little better. Oops, let me get that out of the way. My little Darth Vader guy. Cool. All right. So here we go. Simplify the following expression as 2x over 3x minus 6 times 2x minus 4 over x squared. 2x stays the same. Down low, GCF of 3x minus 6. I can take a 3 out. Okay. Over here I have 2. Take a 2 out. X minus 2. And then down low I have x squared. So everything on the top, everything on the bottom, look for things to cancel out. Well, the x minus 2's go away. I have 1x on top, 2 on the bottom, so take 1 away, take 1 away. And now I just multiply everything that's left. 2 times 2 is 4. And then 3 times x is 3x. See how pretty that is? Like, look how crazy it looked in the beginning. Look how we did a little bit of just GCF factoring, and look what we ended up with. Okay. Number 2, 3x stays the same up top. This x squared minus x minus 2. All right. You're trying to figure out how to factor this. Yes, you're going to be doing a lot of factoring. X minus 2, x plus 1, times this stays 2 minus x up top. Now, here's one of the neat, or not neat, but one of the necessary tricks you need to learn. 2 minus x is all well and good, but you see I have an x minus 2 in the bottom. What could I factor out of 2 minus x to flip the signs around? Well, I can factor out a negative 1. Okay, and that gives me an x minus 2. Now, why would I do that? Again, I'm trying to get these things to cancel out. You will see this a good often bit. So if you see the same thing, just different signs, take a negative 1 out of one of them, and you'll be in good shape. So now I can cancel these out. Everything else stays the same. I've got a negative 1 up top, so negative 3x. x plus 1 on the bottom. This trick is important. We will get plenty of practice with it. Okay. Number 3, make your lives easier. Okay, I'm actually going to write this one out because it's really hard to see. 3x squared y to the third, 12x to the fourth. And I'm right in front of it, I can't even see it. Okay, 9 over 3. I can reduce that down to 3 over 1. 12 over 27. What number can go into both of those? 3. So I get 4 over 9. Okay. And then I have 3 over 9, which can reduce down to 1 over 3. Cool. So my numbers are 4 over 3. Now let's do all the x's on top first. X to the third times x to the fourth is x to the seventh. Y times y to the fifth is y to the sixth. Down low, I have x squared, y to the fifth. Notice how I took care of the numbers first because this makes things easier. You guys are allowed to use calculators, so if your heart really was truly set on it, you could do 9 times 12 up top, 3 times 27 down low, and do math, fraction, enter to get this, 4/3. Alright, I have 7 x's on top, 2 on the bottom. Take the 2 away from the bottom, 2 away from the top, boom. 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, take 5 away, left with 1. 4x to the fifth, y over 3. So as crazy as this looks, here's how nice it ends up. Okay? Wonderful. Okay, here's where we really start to get into it. Up top, I have 4x squared minus 4x minus 2x squared. I'm going to take out a negative 2x. I'm left with x minus 2. Okay, I'll show you that one a little bit later on too. Down low, x squared minus 5x plus 6. I'm factoring a trinomial. It's x minus 2, x minus 3. Over here, factor it, x minus 3, x minus 1, and then 2x. If you guys still need help with factoring trinomials that have leading coefficient 1, you need to let me know. I'll give you extra practice. Alright, looking for things to cancel out. 2x, 2x, x minus 2, x minus 2, x minus 3, x minus 3. Distribute this in. You can leave it like this, or you could write it like this. Either one I'm fine with. I'm actually happy with that if you could leave it like that. These are like one of my favorite problems. Look how ugly this is. Look how pretty and easy this is. So nice. Alright, over here we have x minus 3 over 64x to the third minus 1. I know this is a throwback, but we did do factoring a difference of cubes before, and this is what the formula is. Okay, I remember how much you guys absolutely love this. So factor. So what we got here is, up top, x minus 3 stays the same. Down low, you're trying to find the cubed root of a. So the cubed root of 64x to the third is 4x. Minus the cubed root of 1 is just 1. So we've established that a is 4x and b is 1. Now we're going to plug this into our formula. So 4x squared gives me 16x squared. 4x times 1 is just 4x. And then 1 squared is 1. So that's all just this first term. Now why is that so significant? Because check out what's up top over here. Oh my gosh, look. It's the exact same thing. No way. It cancels out. And I'm left with x minus 3 over 4x minus 1. Another beautiful problem where something really kind of messy and like, yuck, turns into something really nice. Okay. Yes, I do know we need some practice with factoring. It's just one of those skills that you have to have, especially to do well in this chapter. Okay, a few more. A rectangular prism has a base in feet of 4x by 4x and a height of 7x plus 1. If an inscribed cylinder shares the same base, find the ratio of the volume of the rectangular prism to the volume of the inscribed cylinder. Okay, so the volume, all right, of a rectangular prism is length times width times height. So we've got that here. All right, so 4x by 4x by 7x plus 1. and the volume of an inscribed cylinder is volume equals pi r squared h. Okay? So what we've got going on here is, if you looked at it, they're saying the base in feet, okay, is 4x. So try to imagine this with me real quick. It's 4x by 4x. And then, this is not going to be the best, so I'm really sorry. Okay. They're saying the height is 7x plus 1. If I have a cylinder, it's like this, I want the radius. Can you guys imagine that the radius is half of this length? So what would my radius be? 2x. Okay? So I'd be pi 2x squared, and my height would stay the same, 7x plus 1. Well, this might seem like a crazy problem, but they're asking for the ratio of the volume of the rectangular prism to the volume of the inscribed cylinder. Ratios, you put something over top of something else. So I'm putting this prism over cylinder. So I'm going to put 4x times 4x times 7x plus 1 divided by all this junk. Pi, let's see here, 2x squared over 7x plus 1. Alright, what cancels out? This goes away, that goes away. Let's clean up top a little bit. I get 16x squared. Down low I get 4x squared pi. So I can cross off this x squared. 16 divided by 4 is 4 over 1. So the ratio is 4 over pi. Okay? So as ugly as it looks, yes, don't panic. I'm not expecting you guys to memorize these formulas. Okay, I will have them on the board if you need them. But you could definitely do a ratio like that to figure out what it is. Okay? Dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. Okay? When you flip it. So for all these, it's the same thing you guys did in the front, but when you see this division, you flip the second fraction. So I do 6x squared over 2x plus 10. Now you do what you're talking about. Cancel things out. So x plus 5 over 3x times 6x squared over 2x plus 5. What cancels out? X plus 5 goes away. I can do 6x squared over 2 times 3x is 6x. 6's go away. 1x goes away from up top. My answer is just x. Alright, 9 minus 3x. Because that negative is in front of the x, I'm going to take out negative 1. I get, take out negative 3. I get x minus 3, x minus 2 down low, times, I'm going to flip this 1 over x minus 3. That is the trick, by the way. If you ever see a negative in front of an x and you see an expression, take a negative 1 out, or in this case a negative 3, because that was a GCF. Cancels out, cancels out. Negative 3 over x minus 2. Done. Okay, and I'm only flipping it when you see a division sign. Here, x over x plus 3 times 4x plus 1. I'm going to put it over 1. It just makes my life easier. And then because it's dividing, I flip it. So x plus 3 goes up top. This is 16x squared minus 1. 4x plus 1. 4x minus 1. GCF, this is a difference of squares. Okay, look for things to cancel out. 4x plus 1 is on top and on bottom. X plus 3 is on top and on bottom. The only thing I have left up top is an x. The only thing I have left on the bottom is 4x minus 1. Okay? This is a very good section, alright, but it's going to take us some time. So we are going to spend today on this. We will spend tomorrow on this, okay? We're going to get some practice. So feel free to work on your homework. You may ask questions if need be, but you need to know how to factor. If you don't know how to factor, you're going to be very, very lost in this section, okay? But you're always looking to cancel out like terms. So continue to keep up the good work, and as always, good luck. We're all counting on you.